All right, today I have a bit of a Michelle hard truth for you, a little bit of a kick in the pants, which honestly, sometimes I know these episodes sting a little bit in the beginning, but they're always usually what you need to hear. And unfortunately, a lot of people just aren't willing to say it. But of course, I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart, and you know that. And so one of the things that I'm seeing right now that people are struggling with in the world of entrepreneurship, and what I'm here to tell you is that if you are going to be a successful business owner, you can't just be good at the skill that you bring to the table. Okay. You can't just have a passion. You can't just be very, very highly skilled in something, because your skill is only going to get you so far. And the difference is between the difference to me in success and it's not failure. I don't even want to say failure. But is getting good at the business skills as well. Okay. Because again, and I'm going to give you a really prime example of this, is I was interviewing somebody to potentially work with, and I do feel really, really strongly that they were very, very good at what they did. Okay. They had the knowledge based on conversations we had. I got the impression like there was enough conversation that had happened that made me realize like, wow, she's really good at what she does. Like she knows her shit, like spot on knows her shit. Okay. And so I was continuing to pursue the relationship, and then I didn't get an email. I didn't get a proposal. I didn't get a start date. We pushed the start date back. There wasn't any kind of real conversation around contract. There wasn't a conversation around payment, what it would look like, how it would work. There was no next steps of like, okay, when we start working together, here's what this looks like. Here's how this will work. Like it was just so freaking unorganized. And I've been there in this situation multiple times. It's like you have these conversations, you get really excited because you think somebody is really good and you know they're really good at what they do. But like the business aspect of it is like a freaking shit show. And like it stirs up bad feelings. Like people just are like, what the fuck? Because then you start questioning, like, what am I paying for? Like, oh my God, if this is how it is in the beginning. And this is why I'm saying, like, you have to get good at these business skills. You have to have some level of organization. You cannot be chaotic and all over the place. All right. And I know for a lot of us, like these things we don't enjoy, like invoicing and doing contracts and figuring out the tech and all of these things. But I'm telling you, when you are in a stage of growth, it is what is going to make or break you. Again, because the people that you're doing business with expect this level of skill as well. They expect you to have your business shit handled on top of the skill you're bringing to the table. And you need to really get good at that. And and this is the beautiful thing about the online space, is that you can have a really great skill and you can put yourself out there and you can start making money at it. And that's beautiful. But if you don't know how to manage the back end and understand some of these business foundations, you're going to end up in a situation where you're either not making the money you think you're making, you are going to end up burning out, you're going to end up in a situation where you're feeling kind of stuck, you're going to be losing clients, offering refunds, like things are going to just start to fall through the cracks. You're going to start to see a decline in your revenue. Like it's going to hinder your growth. And so and that's why I say all the time, and I'm a huge proponent, like advocate for investing into people that can help you in the areas you're not strong with, because they are crucial to your growth, but you can't be an expert at all of them, nor should you be, because you make your best money when you are performing the skill that you have, that you're good at, right? So that might mean looking and getting a virtual assistant or an executive assistant. It might look at like, I talked to a guy the other day that said, this is just kind of a hobby for me. I put things out there. I charge people. He goes, but I know I'm losing money. And so he's like, I need a strategy. I need to start taking this more seriously because my skills can only get me so far. I know that without some kind of full-on strategy and plan for growth, I either continue to keep this as a hobby and never get out of my 9 to 5 because I can't do it on my own. I don't even know what I should be working on, or, I need to hire somebody. I need to make the investment. And that is a beautiful place to be, right? Like you can get yourself so far on your skills, but at some point you've got to start investing in the business side of it, because without that, you're leaving so much money on the table. I mean, I was talking to this guy and I couldn't believe it. I was like, what do you mean you're only charging for this? Or what about this? Or what about that? Like, I was just giving him all these different ideas and thoughts. And same with another client. He's doing his thing. He's working really well. But I was like, I finally asked him and I was like, well, do you know how many hours you're spending on that? Did you invoice this? Like, where did this number come from? And when I finally had him looking at it, we realized like he was totally underquoting his material costs. So immediately, right off the bat, with every job, he was losing $100 to $200 in underquoted materials because he hadn't updated his costs, because it's not something he enjoys doing. He likes to be on the doing side of it. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You can ignore it for so long, but you realize like you're not making the money you think you're making because you don't have the skills to look at this stuff with real, with facts, right? Okay. So anyway, that is my little tough love. You got to get good at the business side of things. If you are struggling with the business side of things, like the operations, the foundations, the strategic side of business, the accounting, all of these things, like there are people out there that can help you. You don't have to get good at it in the sense of like you have to learn every single thing about it. But if you're not willing to learn it on your own, then you have to find a way to hire people. All right. You have to find somebody that can help you do this, because it's going to be detrimental. Like, I ended up not working with that one person, like out. And it was a long contract. It was like a 6-month long contract. But the whole thing just stirred up all these feelings. And I was like, if it's this unorganized in the beginning, like it's going to be a shit show. And I know personality wise, I can't handle that. Like I will be miserable. I will regret investing, and you don't want to be there. Right. Like, and it could have all been avoided. That's the way I feel about it, is like, maybe it wasn't a good fit, but I really feel like it all could have been avoided in a lot of ways if there was just some better business skills in place to avoid this situation. So anyway, I will talk to you soon. Cheering you on, giving you a hug. Of course, I'm giving you that tough love a little bit, but, it's honestly, it's always for your own growth. It's truly 100% always for your growth. All right. I'll talk to you soon.